along our journey we may come across some other ghost tours or just regular rude people off the street that think it's funny to either boo or doom us. And I'm not going to have that. What about you?
No.
Good. So when I give you the signal's going to be 1, 2, 3. You're going to holler just as loud as you can. Yes, we are the doomed.
Yes.
Can we practice that?
Yes.
Good. 1, 2, 3.
Yes, we are the doomed.
I like it. This island has many layers. It has layers of bones, layers of death, and layers of history. Now, the first paranormal activity that occurred on this island was back in the early 1800s. And back then, we were only inhabited by about 300 people. Mostly men living off the sea. Now, justice back then in those days was swift, such is the case with young Elvira Edwards. Now, some people in this town said that Elvira was crazy, heard voices, they say. One night, Robert the doll. If you remember when we went by the artist's house, Robert is a possessed doll. Now, Robert's about 3.5 feet tall, about the size of a 4 or 5-year-old child. Well, Robert and Jean were inseparable. You saw them all over town together. Sometimes you'd even see Jean dressed in a little sailor suit, just like Robert. You thought I was going to hear with you. You're crazy.
My name is Talbot. Talbot Jehoshaphat Windsor. Formerly a hearse driver for the local funeral home. I'm at this fort because my hearse is here. It was taken from me and now it's being used as an exhibit. Been trying to get it back ever since. In the meantime, I'll be your host tonight, along with all the other residents of this fort. This way, please.
We are about to enter Robert's domain.
Take pictures, take several,
Although I warn you, strange things have been known to happen.
Robert has been up to his old mischief of late, and there's plenty of evidence to support it. He carefully chooses his time and his words. Robert's case used to be in the alcove back here where his letters now hang along with some other dolls. He didn't like it. Robert likes to be the center of attention, and he made his displeasure known. Since then, the keeper is the only one who takes care of Robert. No one else dares. The first thing he did was to move Robert out here, give him his own exhibit, and shine some nice light on him. Then Robert's disposition improved. He did notice, however, that when the case was removed for cleaning or for adding letters, when the keeper would come back, he would find that Robert's position had shifted, or the lion would have moved from one side to the other. Speaking of letters, Robert gets correspondence from all over the world. People recount strange things, misfortunes that happen to them when they don't follow his rule longer. Come, follow me, please. It is time for you to leave.
That was the beautiful Elena Hoyos. And the man standing beside her is Count Carl Van Tassel. Now, the Count was a very odd fellow. Now, the Count is found slumped over dead in his home in Zephyr Hills. Slumped over dead over that very effigy of Elena. Or was it really Elena? Did he find out where she was buried? You decide. That's a real Key West love story for you, folks. Sick, but true. But once again on this island, bodies were disinterred. Spirits disturbed. We have a real problem with that here on this island, don't we? Well, have you ever heard that people live here in Key West?